I just got a Sony full frame camera for less than $600. Let's get into it. Let me talk about my thought process before I open this. Right now I'm shooting on a Sony a7C, and when I'm trying to shoot thumbnails for YouTube videos or shoot any B-roll of my camera, I can't do it because I only have one. So I just shoot with my iPhone and then the quality just doesn't match. And I thought about getting a Sony ZV-E10 APS-C and then buying a lens. That's like a whole other ecosystem, and then all the lenses I use will be cropped in. I don't know if I want to do that. So then I thought, why don't I buy full frame? Okay, I don't have thousands of dollars to buy another full frame camera, or even $1,000 to buy another full frame camera, since I'm going to Europe. So I thought, okay, I don't need this camera to be as feature full as the camera I have now. It doesn't need to have slow motion. It doesn't need to have maybe even 4K. It does have both of those, but it doesn't need it. And so this led me to finding the Sony a7, which is not what's in here. And some guy was saying you can get it for like 300 bucks. So I was like, oh, I gotta get this. This is an incredible deal. I can use all of my lenses that I already own and I won't have to buy any new ones. That'll be great. But I couldn't find it for that price. The cheapest I could find was like around 500. Maybe I could find something better for that price. So then I ended up discovering the a7R, which also is not in this box. If you don't know, an a7R is more photocentric, so it has more megapixels. I think the a7R has 36 megapixels. A7, all the a7s, the a7 III even, is 24 megapixels. And then a7S has the lowest megapixels, but it's really good for video and low light at 12 megapixels. So I was like, okay, a7R would be really cool to have a photocentric camera since I don't have one. A7 is good, but what else can I get at this $500 price point? So I found the A7 II, which you can also get around this price point, and it has IBIS and has a couple more features than A7 for only a little bit more money, right? Around like $550. And then I found another camera for less than $600 used that is way better than all of those, and it's Sony full frame. You want to guess what it is? I'm honestly hyped. I will say it's not a traditional hybrid, so it's not like the A7C or the A7 III where it's half photo, half video. It is more video centric. It shoots in 4K, has 120 FPS slow-mo, and it is incredible in low light, which I'm the most excited for. It is. Drum roll, please. Nothing, I'm just kidding. It is the A7S II. It even has the original box. That's crazy. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So this bad boy actually does not have a flip screen, right? This is before they have those articulating ones. It just flips up like halfway, but I have a special attachment that lets me see what's going on as if it's a flip screen. So you're all good there. So this is going to be my second camera. This one I got on Adorama. I usually go back and forth between Adorama and B&H. Sometimes one has better used prices, sometimes the other does. It even has the manuals. Crazy. So I'm going to be using this a ton for secondary camera angles, for thumbnail shots, and maybe for some more low light type shots if it's better than A7C, which I don't know yet. But I'm really excited to be able to have maybe a wide angle lens always on this camera or this camera, and then maybe like an 85 or the super wide 10 to 18 or just something else on the other one for diversity. Look at that S. It is beautiful. Oh, wow. Wait. Is this an S2 or is this an S? Did they lie to me? Oh no, it's S2. On the back, it says A7S2. On the front, it says A7S. That's so weird. Oh, that freaked me out for a second. But it is all good. So you can see, as I mentioned, the screen only goes up to like here, but no fear. And it has a big viewfinder again. I kind of miss the big viewfinder. A7C does not have it. The grip's better. And it uses the same batteries. I can use the same batteries. I can use the same lenses. Oh, it just works perfectly. Do you think it'll turn on? No? instead. Is the battery even in here? Battery's not in here. Okay. What else we got? We got a battery charger, which I don't even have. Oh, that's amazing. I don't have an extra battery. Oh, no. I lied to you. It's not the same battery. That's okay. I only need one. It's my second camera. We all chilling, and I got a charger for it, so that's all we got. That is all she wrote. That is everything in the package. Now we just gotta make sure that it actually works, because as I've heard, $600 for this is kind of a crazy deal. So let's see. I'm so excited that I have a box. I love boxes. It's so boxy. All right, let's go ahead, open the battery slot, throw it in there. That's where the SD card goes on this side. Only an SD slot on that side, which is interesting. And on this side, it has micro HDMI and probably a mic jack in this one. Yep, mic and headphone. Cool, thing neat for video right there. We are in Chicago time. Daylight savings on, I guess. Daytime not set. There's something so fun about just setting up new settings on a new camera or like a laptop or something. Just love the new feeling it gives you. May 15th, 2024. It's probably like months after when I post this video because I have so many videos on schedule right now. 4:38. Let's go ahead and throw a lens on here. I got the 10-18 super wide. Sensor looks clean. Now this was marked as heavily used, but I don't really notice any signs of that other than the fact that the battery compartment opens kind of slowly and there's a little flap here where the SD card comes up. Well, the interface is different. So there's some things that are different about this camera that I noticed immediately, right? So you can't actually turn this settings knob unless you press the button. So that is an interesting feature that's not in the newer cameras. This actually has more custom buttons than my A7C does. Nice. Record buttons on the corner here, just like the A6600, which I find interesting. But I mean, it's pretty easy to reach with your thumb. Yeah, but mostly the biggest thing I'm noticing is that there's a lot more custom buttons and there's an auto manual focus switch, which is really nice as well. So I know this is a super old camera, but I'm honestly really excited to have it as a second shooter because it's something I'm so familiar with. It uses all the same lenses and it's supposedly better in low light, going up to an extended ISO of more than 400,000, which is double what this camera or the A7 III offered. So I'm really hyped. And for the little other video features built into this that might not necessarily be in that. And stay tuned for some comparison shots between this and the A7C and for more news about it in 2024. But yeah, 600 bucks, 4K, 24 frames a second or 30 frames a second, 1080p, 120 FPS slow-mo, 400,000 ISO. And the S, the letter S is just so beautiful. Okay, well, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed unboxing this bad boy. And you're gonna see a lot of it probably in every video as a second camera. So, peace.